Hey everybody, call me Felix, and in this video, we may have reached the pinnacle of gastronomy in the Philippines. Not in Manila, but in the province of Ilocos Norte, where spending 28,000 pesos or nearly $600 is absurdity of the cuckoo bananas stratospheric level. And one big reason why was the A5 Japanese Wagyu steak we ordered at 8,000 pesos alone for 18 ounces or roughly a half kilo of ribeye to split amongst ourselves. Let's say it again. A5 Japanese Wagyu steak served not in Manila but way up north in Ilocos Norte. That's like saying Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Pit Dig Football Club on a free transfer to spend more days doing the Rama by the river, but that's a digression for another day's video. Sure, the A5 Japanese Wagyu steak put the epic in epicurean, but as appetizers and side dishes, we had an assembly line of Hokkaido oysters, uni, octopus, tuna and salmon sashimi, and my personal favorite item of gastronomic indulgence, foie gras. We were stopped of a perfect meal, however, as the two kinds of fatty bluefin tuna were unavailable that night. That's right, chutoro and otoro, the price cuts of fatty bluefin tuna, sometimes make a cameo on the menu of this temple of otherworldly delights. And it's a place we already featured, and if you'll indulge me, let's go back about over a month to an Instagrammable high-end steak and sushi bar by the mythical cradle of Ilocano decadence, the Paoay Lake. The place is Jowtoo Natural Cuisine, where we had a truly delicious meal all the way around with a wide assortment of sushi and sashimi to savor, as well as Wagyu cubes and USDA ribeye steak, you know, the beef cuts proletariat peons dine on for Sunday night dinners. Unfortunately, due to lockdown restrictions at the time, the ultra-luxurious items such as the foie gras, fatty tuna, and the A5 Japanese Wagyu steak were unavailable, as procuring them from Manila under more stringent quarantine measures was not possible. Regardless, we were delighted to one of the most memorable meals we've had thus far in the Ilocos region, and to us, JiaoTu in its first-class food preparation and remarkable location by Paoay Lake arose in the rarefied air as a destination restaurant well worth making the trip from, say, Manila to Ilocos Norte for. We made new friends in the co-owner couple of Chef Mark and Ma'am Jolly, who were very accommodating in our first visit, and we were extremely eager to return a second time, pestering them once a week for when they would have all the good stuff, and especially that much ballyhooed A5 Japanese Wagyu on the menu. That day finally arrived at Jowtoo Natural Cuisine's second location, a few miles up the road north to the city of San Nicolas. Now I know what you're thinking. Why pass up the picture-perfect environment of Lake Paoay for a more, shall I say, quotidian indoor setting? Well, that was until the VIP room of this cozy sushi and steak bar opened up to us. A Japanese-style sliding door at the rear of the restaurant leads to a comfortable and colorful salon area with Japanese-inspired style cartoons of Japanese cultural artifacts plastered on the walls. The interior of the VIP room feels minimalistic and modern, yet quirky and playful without feeling too ostentatious. The dining table can accommodate a party of 8, and for the 7 of us, the VIP room felt intimate and welcoming. Perhaps space is a bit tight, especially if you order a conveyor belt of dishes like we did. Speaking of conveyor belts and gluttony as punishment for such a decadence, I wasn't in top form health-wise. I was fatigued from the night before at the Corimao street food pop-up, and it got me in that funny state where my stomach ached and growling in hunger at the same time. I was having trouble keeping food down. I took Tylenol earlier that day, which made me groggy and less animated. It's almost sad for me to look back on possibly the best meal we had in the Ilocos Norte, at least the best meal for pure gastronomy, and to know I had to hold my appetite in check for fears of throwing up. I also didn't have too much to say in the lead up to the A5 Wagyu steak because of the funny state of health I was in, and besides, I ate much of the same food that I did on my first review of Jowtoo Natural Cuisine in Paoay. So, in the interest of time, I'll just breeze through with quick words, and if you really want some more detail on the sushi and steak we had the first time, feel free to click away on the right hand corner for the first video. We opened our extravagant 28,000 peso meal with some light amuse-bouches in the form of some gorgeous sashimi of tuna, salmon, and octopus, as well as some of that delightfully nutty brightiness of uni or sea urchin. For fried contrast, we had some spicy fries and fried calamari, which were well crispy and soft on the inside, as all fried food should be. The free starter of miso seaweed soup had a gentle fish flavor throughout with a lush mouthfeel. And just like our first time at JiaoTu by Paoay Lake, the tuna and salmon sashimi were velvety smooth in texture and ultra fresh. The octopus was a rave hit last time, particularly with Dad, and it was still amazingly fresh, tender, and with zero fishy taste. We ordered, or I should say, Dad ordered another octopus round for good measure, although I found the octopus slightly more fibrous than the first time, but I'm nitpicking of course as it was still amazing. The sea urchin was as fantastically nutty, briny, and creamy as ever. The uni was a brilliant prelude to oysters imported from Hokkaido, Japan, only splashed with a bit of light soy sauce and ikura, or salmon roe. These Hokkaido oysters were creamy and briny, yet gentle with a nice accenting saltiness from the roe. Warren, however, having oysters for the first time, wasn't too pleased tasting the sea. Creamy and briny, come on. There you go.
What taste it though?
How's it?
No, swallow it.
He's only acting.
Next up, we had shrimp tempura that tasted to me like the freshest prawn crackers. And good as it was, I was more impressed by the shrimp tempura in our first time dining at the Paoay location. We had yet another round of octopus sashimi just as mentioned before, and I finally got to try JiaoTu's best-selling dish. Okonomiyaki I passed on last time for what I felt were more interesting dishes. I described the okonomiyaki to be like a creamier version of okoy, or Filipino fritters, with additional crispiness from the cabbage and a smoky, savory flavor like bacon coming from the toasted bonito shavings. The okonomiyaki was the harbinger for the real games to begin. Mom Jolly presented us with the A5 Japanese Wagyu ribeye, gloriously marbled and unseasoned so we could appreciate the gorgeous composition of a cut of the best quality steak in the world before grilling. And I don't know about you, but when I go to a fancy steakhouse, I want to contrast that A5 Japanese Wagyu with some relatively more mundane cuts of steak. And in this case, it was the perfectly cooked medium rare USDA ribeye we had our first time at JiaoTu in Paoay, and some Wagyu cubes, ordinary stuff. The USDA ribeye was as terrific as the first time as well, rich, unapologetically beefy, and a generous portion. If you can't help but have more of a good thing, the USDA ribeye at JiaoTu won't disappoint, and paired with the gentle pepper sauce and the super buttery, luscious mashed potatoes, you should be very happy with that steak. During our ribeye course, the two heavy-hitting dishes of unfettered gastronomy reached our table. There were plates of seared foie gras, cut thick and generously, and served in a light soy balsamic vinegar sauce as well as summer vegetables on the side. The seared foie gras had to take a sidestep to the real big attraction here, the A5 Japanese Wagyu ribeye, served simply as it should be with just sea salt and a sprig of rosemary for not just decoration but herbaceous flavor lightly kissing and accenting the steak for just a tad bit more flavor without taking away from the quality of the A5 steak. Enough of the narration from the editing desk, let's go back to JiaoTu with a thorough review of the A5 Japanese Wagyu, foie gras, and a super surprise dessert at the end. Enjoy!
Look at this. This is A5 Wagyu steak. It costs 8,000 pesos, or about $140? Something like that. Look at that. Marbling and fat.
Just one kilo.
Let's look at that. Let's look at that marbling. Ooh, look at that. No real pressure added too. And cut this fatty piece. It's like cutting into a stick of butter. It's like cutting into a stick of butter.
Wagyu steak, 8,000 yen.
And I'm not gonna try any sauce on here, of course.
8,000 wait.
I'm gonna try that really fatty part of that Wagyu A5. Wow. You don't really need to chew this. You just let it linger. It releases more sea salt and natural beef flavors. Okay, so I was supposed to try one of these Wagyu cubes, which we had last time and were really good. But I'll try it in relation to this A5 Wagyu steak. So those Wagyu cubes, they're good, but they don't compare to this, and neither does that ribeye. You don't need to even chew. You just have to chew very gently. And it's like really the best beef butter around. Wow, look at that. And really that's the way to savor it, is just just let it run through your mouth, and then it's basically melting and it's juicing. And you really get a hit of the herbs that they use as well. Herbs and the salt. Ah, look at the cooked medium well, I think. And then look at the juices. That layer right here. Fat. He's barely putting any pressure on this. And it's just very simple. It's just the salt. It's just the quality of the beef with some herbs. And pretty much it.
Oh, that's the Kobe beer? I mean, the Kobe beef?
The Wagyu, yeah.
Yeah, the one that's actually in the natural
A5.
Oh god. That's a sauce. It's like an orgasm.
You didn't need to chew, did you?
No! Wow. Oh my god, that's delicious.
It's better than this other one, huh?
Holy crap.
So the others are kind of whatever. Those are for leftovers. This is the main event.
So they massage this beef. It listens to music.
How many days?
I don't know, but it's there to take care of it. So it's so relaxed, right? And then they kill it.
Really? Just like pinikpikan?
Yeah, but they kill, yeah. So you're having this good life, you're all, oh wow, I'm at a resort, and all of a sudden, oh, you're on my plate. Yummy.
That's stupid. I'm gonna warn the other cows to be careful with your necks.
Yeah. What do you think, Ben? Or are you just feasting on broccoli?
What?
What?
Is
Never
someone
mind.
broccoli?
No,
Oh, there's plenty on the ribeye.
so this, after the oily part of this is like delicious.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even the oily part is really awesome. A lot of the beef oils come out.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just light, there's light salt flakes on there. The
Mm-hmm.
beef speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Exactly it. And then just a little bit of herbs. That's it. It's perfect. Perfect. And then just like I said, look how tender that is. Juicy.
Was it the same?
What? In Vegas? In Vegas I had it as carpaccio. That's different. Yeah. Like very thin.
I can imagine. How was that?
It was very good. And it was just lightly smoked. Lightly smoked
No
carpaccio.
sauce? Nothing?
Like a soy ponzu sort of sauce.
Yeah.
Very gentle.
So kind of a carpaccio, yeah, it's a carpaccio.
But this is a real steak. Man, look at that. Juicy.
It's spoiled in.
A different kind of beef that you're not used to as well. Look at that. Perfectly pink too.
And if you look closely, you can see the crystallized salt they put on there.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. Look at the marbling. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, foie gras.
Ayaw ko na yung modern gusto mong i-heart ako.
Look at that. Can I make room? So look at that beautiful cut of foie gras. How thick it is. And this is the other thing we didn't try. So I was like, A5 Wagyu for dessert, but you know, we kind of...
Skip dessert.
No, we went straight to dessert and then we didn't...
Duck flavored.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 something.
1, 2.
Namalambit din ang
Ayun,
How much is this?
yan kasi hindi na
1,200 for duck liver.
Yeah.
Special duck liver.
Better keep an eye on my duck because they want to go.
So Martin, would you like the taste of this?
Yeah.
Let's-
It's unlike any liver you've ever tasted. So, I've had foie gras twice on this channel already. One in the spiral, which is really good. And they cut them in kind of smaller pieces. And then the other, which was a lot more subpar, is the new Vikings buffet, which is like a paltry foie gras cut. And that did not satisfy me at all.
Just this one.
So typically with foie gras, you can serve it with, you know, fruits. You know, they go really well, like raspberries or like balsamic vinegar there, of course. So I wouldn't expect any less though. You know what's more decadent is foie gras on top of A5 Wagyu.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know, I've had that before, like A5, like foie gras on top of good ribeye steak, and my goodness. Look how slushy that foie gras is. It's like super soft. Oh, and I love the caramelized bits here. I'm not gonna be gentle with this really. I'm just gonna spoon this. Not dainty at all. Really, really good. You really outdid yourself this time. Oh, I haven't tried your foie gras yet.
So good.
Mmm.
I'm afraid I don't have any more money to pay.
Just not laughing.
Delicious.
Good as that is, I want a little more caramelization. But the cut I really agree with, and it's like super soft. Look at that.
Butter, like, you know.
It's duck butter. There you are. But it's full of umami savoriness of foie gras. But I think for me, I want a little more luscious caramelized sort of thing. So this is really good. I mean, really good. I'm just being very nitpicky. A very generous portion of foie gras. Really, really good. But yeah, after this, I think you need dessert because this is very rich. And then I still gotta go to the fat of that A5. No, we'll get there, friends. You just take it slow, alright? Take it slow. It looks like chocolate cheesecake. Maybe it's my early birthday.
Chocolate mousse. Yeah, what is that? Chocolate mousse?
Whoa.
Decadent.
Maybe this is the cake then.
Can I take mine home?
No, I'll eat it.
I'll eat it.
Here we go.
Okay, that cake is gonna have to chill out. Chocolate mousse cake. I'm taking this A5 very slowly because, I mean, my stomach is growling. It's not like very happy with me right now, but I don't care. I am still gonna eat this. Look at that fat and top of succulent steak. I'm not even interested in anything else. The perfect ending. The steak. Look at that fat steak. Bye bye A5 Wagyu. It was a very nice visit.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, in my mouth. Yeah, parting such sweet sorrow, but tasting. Yeah, you don't want to chew that. You just want to just let those juices just release. Release.
That sounded.
Steak has gone bye bye. I think the stomach has settled down because it has ceased his icy cake. And then the sweet ending. Chocolate mousse cake, look at that. Chocolate brownie base, chocolate ganache, sort of thing, and whipped cream. Boy. And chocolate sauce. It's not very sweet, but it's really still satisfying, really. Not over the top sweet for something that looks like this. And then nice creaminess, nice chocolatiness. Yeah, very nice balance. Dessert. So I must say the strangest thing.
What?
This chocolate cake is actually like revived an appetite, which is very bizarre. My stomach is settled down because of it, but all the other things were very rich. The steak, the foie gras, that A5 Wagyu. I really had to slow down because, unfortunately, my stomach's been giving me problems today. So, you know, I wasn't exactly 100%. You know, if I was in full top bill of health, I would be tearing down more stuff. But I had to slow down. But this cake. Not too sweet, just right chocolate. Right to the spirit of the chocolate, really. It's really good. It's not cloying sweet either. It is really refined.
Same.
Oh yeah!
You give it.
Use your senior citizen discount, Dad!
Oh, very awesome.
Yeah.
So this says 27,550, but you know what? There are 2 senior discounts here. 2 senior discounts.
Yeah, Mano, that's right. You get your senior card.
Senior card. So without senior card, it's 27,550. Okay, some of you have just fainted at home. I'm
It's
sorry.
not even close to what I said. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far from what you said. I'm just gonna take it home and recompute it. But for now, I checked on the food that we ordered and it's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just kidding.
Dad's counting a lot of blue bills. A lot of blue bills. So, was it worth every peso? 27,550 before senior discount? Ward, what do you think of all this? Was it worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it. Because
What?
we are here, we are at the VIP room.
Have you ever heard of a thing in which people pay 28,000 pesos for food on one day
Not for me.
or one meal?
For me, I got to buy pigs, ducks, chickens, goat.
You raise your own farm, right?
Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Okay, yeah.
Maybe if you raise your own farm, you could basically make like A5 Wagyu on your own,
Yeah,
and it cost you nothing.
and feed that liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to force feed the ducks at home.
Oh, Chef Mark is here too. Like,
Chef Mark!
Well, hello, chef.
Come in.
Come in, yeah.
Chef Mark.
Hi.
Delicious. The food is delicious. This is fantastic. The little waiting room.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Delicious and everything.
Yeah, really outdid yourself.
It's so good.
It was awesome. Awesome. I never would have thought who can get A5 Wagyu from Japan and foie gras and oysters from Japan too over in Ilocos Norte. Who would have thunk it? Yeah.
Brilliant.
Absolutely worth it. So yeah. I don't know what location's better though. I feel like they have big pluses.
Yeah, both have goods and bads. I mean, not bads, but both have like pluses.
We have a VIP room.
Yeah, and with a couch and you can relax, have your appetizers,
Mhm.
have drinks.
So it's really a cool chill experience too.
Over there is
Yeah.
what? Open air. You can
And the
see
lake. It's just as good. Just in different ways. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chef Mark, so much.
Chef
An
Mark,
excellent experience.
Yes,
An
sir.
awesome experience.
The excellent, like, just ideas in detail from just with the presentation, and even with the placemats that match this. See, I'm watching. So did you do that on purpose? See? I told you. I noticed that. We noticed that. So yeah, excellent.
Small detail matters.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the things that matter. If you're gonna charge a good price for the meals, those details matter. So.
Yeah. Truly outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
Truly outstanding. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for the cake. It's delicious.
And the cake was awesome too.
Did you make that Mang Jolly by hand?
The chef, of course.
So she's out. She's the front of house. You're the back of house.
Yes.
Wow. So it's a perfect like combination of you two.
Thank you.
Right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Again, it's another pleasant experience.
How's the octopus, sir?
Oh, Dad love the octopus, of course. I love everything. Here. Yeah, really, really excellent.
I remember your dad loves the octopus.
Yeah, I know that. He's very picky about octopus. Yeah. But I think the A5 Wagyu really steals that show.
Yes.
It is really excellent.
Most expensive meat in the world.
It is. It is truly awesome. And well worth it. Well worth it. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Another pleasant experience with JiaoTu. Again, and thank you to Mom Jolly for the experience.
Thank you so much.
Staff was great, and then we had really good service.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
service to us.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try your corn dogs.
We've gone from another gourmet experience.
You mean my A5 corn dogs? I'm just kidding.
We have to find a supplier, the same supplier for A5 Wagyu corn dogs.
Exactly.
And that about does it for our second dinner review of Jowtoo Natural Cuisine in their second branch in San Nicolas. It was a truly memorable meal and the greatest I've had in Ilocos Norte so far, as well as one of the top meals I've had in the Philippines. Jowtoo Natural Cuisine is definitely worth the long drive from Manila to Ilocos Norte for, and I advise that your first visit should be by the magical Paoay Lake first, for the added bonus of a beautiful view. If you're bringing your family, you might find the VIP room in the San Nicolas location to work best for you. And as I said in my previous JiaoTu review video, so far there are 2 destination restaurants in Ilocos Norte worth the drive for. The Red 8 Chinese restaurant inside the Fort Ilocos Hotel in Lawag, and Jowtoo Natural Cuisine. Well, actually make it 3, and I have a video review coming up from a special spot in Pagudpud that you won't want to miss. And so to catch up on that next special video, as well as more food and travel adventures, please subscribe so you don't miss a video. If you enjoyed this food review, I suggest you give a thumbs up and share this video with your loved ones, especially with fat wallets, so they know where to take you for any special occasion. Before I conclude this video, I want to extend special thanks again to Chef Mark and Mom Jolly for their brilliant hospitality to us. Not to mention the exceptional food and service they and their staff gave us on both visits to Jowtoo Natural Cuisine. If you really want the best gastronomic experience up north here, JiaoTu is one of the few places that can satisfy all diners of any discernment. So in closing, hope to see you again on the next video, and until then, keep cool but care, and remember, the empire never ended.